What's going on, y'all? Your boy Darius here back again for another video, and this time I'm here with my WrestleMania as booked by ChatGPT Night 2, right? Night 2. Yesterday I did Night 1, had ChatGPT book the WrestleMania Night 1 card to some interesting results. You know, some results you kind of expect to happen, some results I was just like, absolutely not. There's no way in hell that's going to happen. You're out of your mind, AI. But yeah, it is the 6th today, so WrestleMania Night 1 is tonight, so I'm going to be here doing this Night 2 ChatGPT so that, hey, we'll be able to compare. There was a change to the Night 1 card on SmackDown. The Rey Mysterio Dragon Lee tag team match against Santos and Dom. No longer a thing, at least with Dragon Lee in it. Andrade took his place. Dragon Lee got attacked by some unknown assailant, Carlito. So that's unfortunate, but hey, that video is already made, so whatever. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump to this thing. Before we do, though, do me a huge favor, man, hit that subscribe button. All right, I'm on the road to 600 subscribers, man, trying to get there. All right, as my next little sub goal, and of course my year-end goal is hit that big 1,000. So make sure you're subscribed, man. Join the cause, hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video. Also, leave a like, man, helps out immensely. Does some algorithm stuff there. And yeah, without further ado, man, let's go ahead. Let's see how well ChatGPT can book WrestleMania Night 2. All right, so man, here we are on this same thread. So it's going to continue. It's going to keep all the context. It's really only going to matter for one of these matches. But starting off with Night 2, I got the Pride versus the Final Testament, the six-man Philadelphia street fight. I don't even think they're officially called the Pride yet. That was just the name that was thrown around for Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. They really need to get a name. They need like a name and a unified theme song and everything. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this bad boy. As the sun began to set over the city of Philadelphia, the stage was set for the most electrifying spectacle that was Night 2 of WrestleMania 40. The anticipation reached a fever pitch as the first match of the evening was announced, a Philadelphia street fight between two formidable teams, the Pride and the Final Testament. In one corner stood the Pride, comprised of the dominant Bobby Lashley and the high-energy duo of the Street Profits Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. With their unparalleled athleticism and raw power, the Pride quickly established themselves as a force to be reckoned with in the world of tag team wrestling. Opposite them stood the Final Testament, led by the sinister Karrion Kross and bolstered by the intimidating presence of the authors of Pain, Akam, and Razor. With their combination of brute strength and ruthless aggression. Ruthless aggression! The Final Testament struck fear to the hearts of their opponents, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. As the bell rang, chaos erupted inside the ring as all four men, isn't it six, wasted no time in unleashing a relentless barrage of strikes and maneuvers. The rules of the Philadelphia street fight were simple. Anything goes, and the competitors were free to use any weapons at their disposal to secure victory. The Pride wasted no time in seizing the advantage, with Bobby Lashley unleashing his trademark power moves on Karrion Kross, while Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins utilized their speed and agility to keep the authors of Pain at bay. But the Final Testament proved to be formidable adversaries, with Karrion Kross unleashing a ferocious assault on his opponents, his brutal strikes sending shockwaves through the arena. Meanwhile, the authors of Pain wielded an array of weapons with devastating effectiveness, using steel chairs and kendo sticks to inflict punishment on the Pride. As the match wore on, the action spilled out of the ring and into the unforgiving environment of the arena floor. Bodies collided with bone-jarring impact as the competitors fought tooth and nail for supremacy, each one determined to emerge victorious at any cost. In the climax of the match, with the arena awash in chaos and destruction, it was the Pride who managed to gain the upper hand. With the display of incredible teamwork, they unleashed a devastating combination of finishing moves and Karrion Kross, leaving him sprawled out on the mat. So, like what? Lashley hit the spear, Dawkins hit like his spinning neckbreaker thing, and then Ford hit the frog splash. Is that what happened? As the referee counted the pinfall, the crowd erupted in thunderous applause, their cheers echoing throughout the arena as the Pride emerged victorious. With their triumph, they had proven that they were a force to be reckoned with, capable of overcoming even the most formidable of opponents in the unforgiving environment of the Philadelphia street fight. The Pride wins. Oh yeah, by the way, I did predictions for WrestleMania Night 1 and 2. You can go check that out. But I did have Final Testament winning. Honestly, both teams, I said it in the video, both teams need the win. They really do. So, like, I don't know who really wins on either side of this. All right, next up we have, LA Knight versus AJ Styles. I'm looking forward to this match, by the way. This feud has been vastly entertaining. But let's see what ChatGPT is cooking up here. The tension between LA Knight and AJ Styles had reached a boiling point, and the stage was set for their highly anticipated grudge match at WrestleMania 40. In a clash of egos and ambitions, these two formidable competitors were prepared to settle their differences once and for all inside the squared circle. The feud between LA Knight and AJ Styles has simmered for weeks, fueled by AJ's belief that LA Knight had been attempting to steal his spotlight and undermine his legacy in the WWE. What began as a rivalry over professional pride had escalated into a deeply personal vendetta, with AJ launching vicious attacks on LA Knight both inside and outside the ring. The animosity between the two competitors had reached its zenith when LA Knight had dared to confront AJ Styles at his own home, a brazen display of defiance that only served to further stoke the flames of their rivalry. Now, with the eyes of the world upon them, they were prepared to settle their score in the most fitting of arenas, WrestleMania. It's a stadium, not an arena. As the bell rang, the intensity in the arena was palpable as LA Knight and AJ Styles locked eyes across the ring, each man brimming with determination and resolve. With the weight of their animosity hanging heavy in the air, they wasted no time in launching into a relentless assault on one another. LA Knight, fueled by desire to prove himself and silence his detractors, unleashed a barrage of powerful strikes and punishing holds on AJ Styles, his every movement a testament to his unwavering resolve. But AJ, with his signature blend of speed and agility, proved to be a formidable adversary, countering LA Knight's onslaught with precision and finesse. As the match wore on, the action spilled out of the ring and into the unforgiving confines of their arena floor. Bodies collided with bone-jarring impact as competitors fought tooth and nail for supremacy, each refusing to back down in the face of adversity. In the climax of the match, with the outcome hanging in the balance, it was LA Knight who managed to gain the upper hand, delivering his devastating finishing maneuver, the BFT Billionaire Fist Trap. Oh, God. Not the Billionaire Fist Trap. Shout out to Steven Larson from going in Raw, because I think like a while back, like last year or maybe even a year before that, they did a ChatGPT video with LA Knight, and like they caught it called the BFT the Billionaire Finger Trap. So we're very close to that Billionaire Fist Trap. All right, that's hilarious. To AJ Styles, sending shockwaves through the arena. As the referee counted the pinfall, the crowd erupted into thunderous applause, their cheers echoing throughout the arena as LA Knight emerged victorious. With his triumph, he had not only silenced his critics, but had also proven that he was more than capable of standing toe-to-toe with one of the greatest competitors in WWE history. LA Knight wins with the Billionaire Fist Trap. That's exactly what's going to happen at WrestleMania. Oh, man, I gotta tell somebody about that. That's hilarious. Next match. The United States Triple Threat match between Logan Paul, the defending champion, Kevin Owens, and Randall Keith Orton. Let's see what ChatGPT has for us here. The tension in the arena was palpable as the next match for WrestleMania 40 was announced, a United States Triple Threat match for the prestigious championship. The defending champion, Logan Paul, stood in the ring with an air of arrogance, flanked by his security detail, ready to defend his title against two formidable opponents, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. In the weeks leading up to WrestleMania, Logan Paul had drawn the ire of both Kevin Owens and Randy Orton with his brash attitude and disrespectful antics. His flaunting of the United States Championship only served to further fuel their disdain, and they were united in their determination to dethrone him and restore honor to the title. As the bell rang, the match got underway with all three competitors wasting no time in launching into a frenzied assault on one another. Logan Paul, with his trademark cockiness, attempted to assert his dominance early on, but Kevin Owens and Randy Orton were determined to put an end to his reign of arrogance. Kevin Owens, fueled by his unyielding resolve and desire to reclaim championship gold, unleashed a barrage of punishing strikes and high-impact maneuvers on both Logan Paul and Randy Orton. Wow, they don't have them teaming up for very long, I see. Meanwhile, Randy Orton, with his cunning and calculated approach, sought to outmaneuver his opponents and seize the advantage for himself. As the match progressed, the action spilled out of the ring and into the unforgiving environment of the arena floor. Once again, always going to the floor in these matches. That's like 3 matches in a row. Yeah, it's going into the unforgiving environments of the arena floor. Bodies collide with bone-jarring impact. God, you can really tell AI, man. They be repeating the same shit. Jeez. Bodies collide with bone-jarring impact as the competitors fought tooth and nail. Oh my God. For supremacy. Each one refusing to back down in the face of adversity. God, this is just really highlighting how bad AI is. It just regurgitates the same stuff. In the climax of the match, with the outcome hanging in the balance, it was Kevin Owens who managed to gain the upper hand, delivering his devastating finishing maneuver, the pop-up powerbomb to Randy Orton. That's not his finisher anymore. But again, it's 2021, even though I'm pretty sure he was doing the stunner way back then too. Incapacitating the Viper and leaving him sprawled out on the mat. As the crowd erupted into thunderous applause, their cheers echoing throughout the arena, Kevin Owens seized the opportunity to pin Logan Paul, securing the victory and reclaiming the United States Championship. With his triumph, he had not only avenged the disrespect shown to the title, but also proven that he was a force to be reckoned with in the world of professional wrestling. So, wait a minute. Kevin Owens hits Randy with a pop-up powerbomb, which, number one, sounds like a terrible idea to do to a man with a bad back. But then he didn't pin Randy, he pinned Logan. Like, what caused him to pin Logan here? Come on, ChatGPT, you gotta have the finish here of what had Logan down. Was it an RKO? Was it like RKO and then pop-up powerbomb and then he just pinned Logan because he didn't like Logan? Like, what's... All right, sure. Interesting. Next match, we have ourselves the WWE Women's Championship. Io Shirai Io Sky. I'm sorry. Io Sky defending the title against Bayley. All right, let's see what they got for us here. It's gonna be interesting. See how they book this shit. As the night wore on and the energy in the arena remained electric, it was time for the highly anticipated showdown for the WWE Women's Championship. The World Women's Championship, by the way, already changed hands. Becky beat Rhea, so are we going to get a title change here too? Let's see. In one corner stood the reigning champion, Io Sky, formerly known as Io Shirai, a powerhouse in her own right with a storied history of dominance. Opposite her, fueled by ambition and fueled by the desire to reclaim her former glory, stood the challenger and winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, Bayley. The story of this match harked back to the formation of Damage Control, a faction initially spearheaded by Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. Together they wreaked havoc throughout the women's division, asserting their dominance and leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. However, tensions began to simmer within the group as Bayley's leadership was called into question, leading to a betrayal that ultimately fractured their alliance. Kinda. Bayley's desire for retribution burned bright as she stepped into the ring to face her former ally turned bitter rival Io Sky. The championship glimmered there's that word again, tantalizingly, whatever freak, overhead, a symbol of, it's not a ladder match, a symbol of prestige and honor that both women sought to claim as their own. As the bell rang, the intensity was palpable as Io and Bayley locked eyes, each woman ready to lay it all on the line for championship gold. The match began with a flurry of lightning-fast strikes and technical prowess as Io showcased her aerial acrobatics and Bayley demonstrated her trademark blend of athleticism and cunning. The action spilled out of the ring and onto the unforgiving environment of the arena floor. God. Oh. As the two competitors exchanged brutal blows and high-risk maneuvers in their quest for supremacy. The crowd was on the edge of their seats, enraptured by the spectacle unfolding before them. In the climax of the match, with both women battered and exhausted, it was Io Sky who managed to seize the opportunity to deliver her devastating finisher move, the moonsault, to Bayley. The impact reverberated throughout the arena as Io hooked Bayley's leg for the pinfall. As the referee's hand slapped the mat for the final time, the crowd erupted into thunderous applause. I don't think they really would. Their cheers echoing throughout the arena as Io Sky emerged victorious, successfully retaining her WWE Women's Championship. With her triumph, God, they always do that. With their triumph is another one. She had proven once again why she was a force to be reckoned with in the world of professional wrestling, which they just said that with Kevin. While Bayley was left to ponder her next move in the aftermath of defeat, Io Sky retains the title. Yeah, I mean, Bayley seems like a very selfless person who would want to put Io over, even though they're like the same age. But Bayley's had more success in WWE. Like she's already a Hall of Famer at this point. So I can see her wanting to put Io over. Sure. All right, man. Here we go. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship with CM Punk, Chicago Phil. You can't have WrestleMania in Philadelphia without Phil on commentary, man. Let's see. I gave it, the proper context and everything. Let's see what they do with this, all right? The atmosphere in the arena crackled with anticipation as the time arrived for the World Heavyweight title match at WrestleMania 40. The defending champion Seth Rollins stood confidently in the ring, his gaze unwavering as he awaited the arrival of his challenger, Drew McIntyre. The tension between the two men was palpable, fueled by a deep-seated animosity that had been building for months. On commentary, CM Punk watched intently, his presence adding an extra layer of intensity to the proceedings. Punk, who had originally been slated to face Seth Rollins for the title before suffering an injury, harbored a deep disdain for both men, and his commentary crackled with venom as he dissected their every move. The story of this match had been marred by betrayal, vengeance, and unbridled ambition. Drew McIntyre, driven by an obsessive desire to finally claim the World Heavyweight Championship in front of a live audience, had turned to a dark path, his desperation leading him to lash out at anyone who stood in his way. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins, blinded by his focus on helping Cody Rhodes and underestimating Drew McIntyre, had become complacent in his reign as champion. His arrogance had cost him dearly, as he had failed to recognize the threat that Drew posed until it was too late. As the bell rang, the match erupted into chaos, with both men unleashing a relentless barrage of strikes and the high-impact maneuvers on one another. Seth Rollins, with his trademark agility and cunning, attempted to outmaneuver Drew McIntyre at every turn, but the Scottish Warrior proved to be a formidable adversary, his raw power and unyielding determination driving him forward. As the match wore on, the action spilled out of the ring and into the unforgiving environment of the arena floor. Bodies collided with bone-jarring impact as the competitors as they fought tooth and nail. It's too much. I can't keep doing this. It's too much. We're almost done, though. My God. Each refusing to back down and face adversity. I feel like a broken record at this point. Man, this is stupid. In the climax of the match, with the outcome hanging in the balance, it was Drew McIntyre who managed to summon the strength and resilience to overcome his opponent. With a thunderous roar, he delivered his devastating finishing move, the Claymore kick, to Seth Rollins, sending shockwaves through the arena. That's another one. As the referee's hand slapped the mat for the final time, the crowd erupted into thunderous applause, their cheers echoing throughout the arena as Drew McIntyre emerged victorious, finally realizing his lifelong dream of becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. And as he stood tall in the center of the ring, the championship held high above his head, Drew knew that his journey was far from over. But in this moment, he had proven that he was truly worthy of being called champion. Jeez, dude. The open AI, like, you guys who be working on the damn AI stuff, man, y'all gotta fix this. Y'all gotta make it so that they don't repeat themselves as much. This is crazy. But interesting enough, like, they didn't get Punk involved much in this. Like, I figured there'd be a spot like them going, oh, the action's spilling outside of the ring to the unforgiving environment of the arena floor. I figured they'd go over to the announce table, get Punk involved a little bit, which is probably going to happen, all right? But they didn't do that. Drew wins, which he absolutely should. If he doesn't win, what the hell do you do with him, dude? Like, come on, man. Glasgow, Clash of the Castles in Glasgow. He's winning. Come on now. All right, man. Here we go. We have reached the main event match, man. If you saw the last video, the main event of night one, the tag team match, ChatGPT had Cody and Seth win, which means this match is not Bloodline rules. No. Nah. As LA Knight says. It is free of Bloodline interference. This is just a straight up 1v1 Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. No interference whatsoever, man. Can Cody finally finish the story? Will ChatGPT let Cody finish the story? Or will he lose again? And then what? All right, let's go. The anticipation reached a fever pitch. God, they do that too. As the main event of WrestleMania 40 unfolded before the eyes of thousands of fans in attendance and the millions watching around the world. And then with DXS. Let's give it a second. The atmosphere in the arena was electric as Roman Reigns, the imposing undisputed Universal Champion, made his way to the ring, flanked by his allies, but with the knowledge that their interference had been barred for this momentous match. Opposite him stood the challenger, Cody Rhodes, a man fueled by determination, driven by the desire to end Roman's historic 1,316-day reign, which I looked up. I think by tomorrow, that's what his reign will be at. It'll be at 1,316. Is that a coincidence? Of course it is. Day reign, and claimed the Universal Championship for himself. With Seth Rollins at his side, Cody was determined to seize his opportunity to finally achieve his long-held dream of championship glory. The story of this match was one of redemption and defiance, as Cody had overcome numerous obstacles and betrayals to earn his shot at the title. With the support of the W Universe and the absence of interference from the Bloodline, he finally had the chance to face Roman on fair footing and prove himself as a worthy challenger. As the bell rang, the two competitors locked eyes, the tension between them palpable as they prepared to do battle for the most coveted prize in professional wrestling. Sports entertainment. Roman, with his trademark confidence and swagger, sought to assert his dominance early on, but Cody refused to be intimidated, matching the champion blow for blow. The match unfolded with a breathtaking display of athleticism and skill, as both men pulled out all the stops in the quest for victory. I'd be making up words, I'm sorry. Roman unleashed a relentless barrage of powerful strikes and punishing holds, while Cody countered with his signature blend of technical prowess and high-flying agility. As the match progressed, the momentum shifted back and forth, with neither man willing to give an inch. Seth Rollins watched from ringside, offering support to Cody and providing a reminder of the betrayal that had fueled their alliance against the Bloodline. What betrayal? What betrayal? There was no betrayal. What the... Like Jimmy betrayed Jay, but that was... Okay. In the climax of the match, with the tension reaching its breaking point, Cody summoned every ounce of strength and resilience he possessed, launching a furious assault on Roman Reigns. With a sudden burst of energy, he delivered his devastating finisher maneuver, the Crossroads, laying the champion out cold on the mat. It's going to take at least 4 of those, by the way, for him to win. It's not just going to take 1. Come on now, it's going to take at least 4. As the referee's hand slapped the mat for the final time, they do that too. That's also a constant in this. The crowd erupted into thunderous applause, their cheers echoing throughout the arena as Cody Rhodes emerged victorious, finally ending Roman Reigns' historic reign as the undisputed Universal Champion. He finally finished the story. With tears of joy streaming down his face. That's right, he's crying. He's crying. Cody held the championship high above his head, a symbol of his hard-fought triumph and testament to the power of perseverance and determination. As the fireworks lit up the night sky, signaling the end of WrestleMania 40, Cody knew that his journey was far from over, but in this moment, he had achieved his ultimate dream, and etched his name in the annals of wrestling history. He's finished the story. He can't hand the title to Dusty, but he can hand the title to Mama Rhodes, to his mother, who's probably in the crowd, crying. Dustin, who's been teasing that he might show up, probably next to her, crying. Brandy, crying. Pharaoh, crying. Or, I'm sorry, as The Rock says, don't call him Pharaoh, call him shithead. But no, in this moment, his name is not shithead. His name is Pharaoh, damn it. Cody wins. Cody wins. Cody wins. Oh, man. It took it all away. I give it all away. Take my freedom. Oh, man. I built my kingdom. Oh, man. That's, you know what, man? Looking at the card, that's not bad. I mean, I feel like their booking decisions on this one was a whole lot better than it was for night 1, at least. Like, night 1 had some questionable decisions. Night 2, I feel like the right person won in all of these, except for Kevin Owens winning the United States Championship. I'm not feeling that, especially with SummerSlam being in Cleveland. But other than that, everything was pretty much fine with me. And they had Cody finish the story. All right, they didn't do the dumb thing and be like, nope, we're gonna have Roman break Hogan's record. No one cares about that. This man done. Speaking of, you want to talk about a Hogan record? I believe either tonight or tomorrow, Roman will have. Well, no, I think tonight he's gonna tie Hogan's WrestleMania main event, count, because Hogan had 8, Roman had 7 going into this. I think tonight he ties Hogan at 8. Tomorrow he breaks it at 9. So if you want to talk about a record that if you want to talk about a record that Roman's going to pass, it's going to be that one. That's good enough. Cody's going to finish the story. Cody has proven without a shadow of a doubt he is the man. He is the face of the company. He is like prime Superman out here, dude, just kissing babies. After every show, he stays behind to sign autographs and talk to the fans and everything. This dude is like class personified, company man personified. Cody's going to win the title, and he's going to bring in, most likely, the Winged Eagle title, probably with the big W in the middle of it. But, yeah, there we go. ChatGPT booked Night 2 WrestleMania. All in all, I think it did a pretty okay job, aside from the constant reuse of certain sentences and phrases and stuff. It really exposes how bad AI is. Anyway, man, let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this. Give ChatGPT a grade for Night 2. And if you haven't seen the Night 1 video, what are you doing here, man? Go watch that one too, okay? Make sure, once again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.